Well, I got all the Christmas shopping done. I got everything done. I even got my hair cut. Car wash. Got everything done. I don't know why I need a car wash. It's minus $7 million out right now. But I got one anyway. So, I want to run through the... What are we looking at here? 3-year-olds. The 3-year-olds. Why won't that sit right? There we go. 3-year-olds. Perfect. I'm going to talk about the 3-year-olds now, what they're up to, what they're doing. We have less age horses, less 3-year-olds, less 2-year-olds. As we start to weed all the horses out and get to a place where we want to be for 2023. Pretty hard to complain with the way 2022 has gone for us, for me, for you, for the stable. So let's look at the 3-year-olds. The 3-year-olds start with Atlas Hanover. He's been tremendous since we bought him for the most part. Another one of those 3-year-olds where we're keeping an eye on him. When will he need a rest? What will that look like? What will the expectations be for 2023? He's been an impressive horse, and I suspect that will continue into his 4-year-old campaign. Blue Tesla, Bravura, I give these guys, I usually talk about them at the same time because they're in the same type of situation. Mario's been very keen about Blue Tesla training back, and I'm interested. I'm curious because she was so dynamic, so good when we first bought her as a 4-year-old. I really thought she would come to Mohawk and do in the condition ranks, and just fell off a cliff. She tied up, and we had to give her 2 weeks off, brought her back, and she was never the same horse. So give her a little time off, brought her back now. Mario said she's trotting good. In fact, he says, I don't think she needs the hobbles. I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see. That'll be his decision. We'll see how she is when she comes back and gets ready to qualify. I suspect she's pretty ready to school, both her and Bravura. I don't know what either of them will look like after a layoff. I'm eager myself. I want to see what they're going to look like here when they come back. Where are we at now? We are at Dustin Hanover, a winner in his last start. Now, obviously, he has to get a lot better. I want to see a 54, 55 trotter in 2023. I think it's going to take a good 10, maybe 15 starts, and that might sound silly to you, but he's still frail. He still needs to put a lot of muscle on that skeleton, and I think he's going to be a decent type of horse for us, but you're going to have to be patient. He's not always going to go out and win. He's going to move out of that class at some point into the next class and so on and so forth. He may need a rest at the end of the spring, a little bit of a pick-me-up and hit some of the new grass when it comes out. But I think that Dustin Hanover is worthy of our attention in 2023. Now, that may change. It may change really quickly. But for now, really happy with him. First start back, a winner in 58, but did it the right way. Right? Did it the right way. So let's see what happens with him throughout the rest of the season. Gemstone Ruby Rose didn't get in last week. She'll be entered Thursday now. In theory, both her, Locatelli, a number of horses will be racing. Grace will be racing in the Meadows. We'll see how that plays out. Monday's draw, Boxing Day will be the draw for those classes. Grace, just talked about her. She'll be racing out of the sale, back with us. Okay, I give up. You don't want to buy her? We won't sell her. We'll just keep her and race her and beat you with her. That's what we're going to try and do with Grace moving forward. How the Hell is going to start on the Walker. We were supposed to start him last week, but with all the inclement weather, just hit pump the brakes. He can start on the Walker starting Monday into Tuesday. It starts to thaw a little bit. Crazy weather we're having. I'm looking at plus 10 on Wednesday at Northfield Park, Celsius. Jakey Mickey Mantle, again, 3-year-old, but racing so good. Going to race in the final of the Valedictory on Monday. Looked good today. I saw him look cold. Well, we'll see how he looks on Monday and what we do with him after that. Kind of classy. That's Jacob and Wayne Schaefer's horse. We will see how Kind of Classy is doing. As Nothing But a Dreamer comes out of the field, we'll probably move Kind of Classy over to the middle barn, start going with her. She's ready to start dropping down a bit. I think Harry said he's been in 15 with her, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Money has been tremendous. Probably, in a year where we made some tremendous purchases, I believe, as a whole, as a group, this was one of them. Man, this is a nice looking horse, and I can't wait to see how he's going to do from here on in. Week off for him, not a big deal. He can have a week off. We'll see how he does next week. Matt's MVP. He's not a monster, but he's a nice horse, and that was not indicative of him the other night. That of not the way he's been racing is not what happened the other night. I don't really know what happened. We couldn't get the blood dropped off. The blood lab was closed for Christmas, but the scope come back so-so. I don't really know what to tell you. There has to be something in the blood. The horse raced terrible, and he's been racing pretty good. So we'll see how he bounces back and what the blood says when we get it taken on Monday morning. Procrastinator's getting close. I think Harry said he was going to train him in 2.5. That was last week, so he's got to be getting really, really close to going again. Red Overbach out in the field for a month, as is Renegade Gypsy. Both of them will be out in the field for a month. Resolute Bay, he doesn't need to go. The horse seems fresh as a daisy. Man, he was awesome the other day. Just another step. All he needed was another step when we get there. Stonebridge Ducati, he actually trained good the other day. Now he's got the 6 or 7 hole at Northfield Park. They might be in for a little surprise. Might have a little something waiting for them with Stonebridge Ducati. We'll see how he races next week at Northfield Park. Unbeatable Kemp raced good the other day. Finished 3rd. I would have liked to see him win, but it's just pouring rain and just a miserable, rotten night, so I can't really blame the horse. He raced good again. World for Two is getting close again. Also, I'd like to have a good 2023 with him. You know, he started off that year when he went to the Meadows. He looked awesome. 51, I think he won, 52, 53, a couple of times. He looked great. Let's see if we can get him back there and beyond in 2023. Those are your 3-year-olds. We're going to be back in a minute with some 2-year-olds, then some yearlings, and then it's turkey time. Then it's Merry Christmas for everybody here in just a moment. Be back going the other way. Went to aged horses, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds are up next.